Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Iqmal and we are going to show you about Lab 3. Lab 3 is a task on how to do analysis with the data provided by using certain tool to display the data. For landscape architect, we have to fully understand what the site data have. Also, we can access the various data and identify, for example, the nearby facilities and how to take a shorter distance from one area to another. Now we go to chapter 11. It's about vector data analysis. And for task 1, we will learn on how to perform buffering and overlay. Yeah. For task 2, we learn about how to overlay multi-component polygon. For task 3, we will learn about how to measure distance between points and lines.
I'm going to show you the example of chapter 11, task 3. It's about how to measure distance between points and line. Okay, so this task, first step is we need to rename it and add the .shp and also edge.shp. Then right click the data and joins and relate. Click join. Then for the first drop down, we need to select this, and the layer that we need to join is edge. Then click this radio button. Each point will be given all the attributes of the line that is closest to the end distance field, showing how close that line is. Then for the output, I've done it before, so I have the file, so I'll just replace it. Click OK. And then we have the join. We open the attribute table and we can see the distance between the point and the edge. Okay, this is the distance and this is the edge. So for edge 1, yeah, for point 1 is 276 and so on. For edge 2, and this is data for edge 2, for edge 3, for edge 4 and 5. Okay, so this is the distance and that's all. Thank you.
For task 5, it's about how to perform select and click. For chapter 12, it's about raster data analysis. We are doing this task 5. And it is about how to measure a physical distance in the data. For chapter 13, it's about term mapping and analysis. For task 1, we will learn about how to use a DAM data to create a 3D view for term mapping. For chapter 13, task 2, we are going to learn how to derive, how to change the slope, aspect, and curvature data from the DDM data. For task 3, we will learn on how to build and display a thin file. A thin file usually have a latitude data, slope data, and aspect data. For chapter 14, we will this about viewsheds and watersheds. For task 1, we can have we we perform a viewshed analysis, and by doing this, as an example, we sit in a certain place. So for task 1, we will the data will show what we can see and what we can't. For task 2, it's about how to create a new lookout shapefile after we have the coordinate on the place, so we can digitize it, we can keep it as a record. For task 3, it's about how to delineate a wide watershed. For task 4, it's about to derive upstream contributing areas at poor points. We can edit, we can change the points. For chapter 17, it's about path analysis and network application. For task 1, we learn about how to compute the least accumulative path distance. For task 2, it's about how to compute the path distance. For task 3, we will learn about how to run the path, shortest path analysis. So they will show us, so it will show us the shortest path from one place to another place. For task 4, we will learn about how to build a geodatabase network data set in a art catalog. For task 5, it will show us how to find the closest facilities uh, in a certain area when we can set the radius, we can find the closest facility. For task 5 is the same, but it is to find a service area. Yeah. It will show us the shortest distance, it will show us the direction, and so on. So for conclusion, I learned how to gain the full functions of every data in GIS by learning how to operate them in this chapter, in this task, and how to portray them. All the complete data are kept inside the file, but we must know how to extract the file and display the file. In lab 03, I believe I learned them. So that's all for this video.